Hello, guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, today we are in Australia, as usual, in search of master's and PhD opportunities, fully funded. So, there's something peculiar about applications in Australia, master's and PhD applications in Australia. Most of the opportunities open here are often research opportunities. So if you're applying for a master's, you're applying for a master's by research. And of course, PhD, it's already a research program. So there's hardly scholarships for taught programs. So I've made this distinction in the past, and probably it's good to make it again. So in Australia, most times there are lots of funding for those coming in to undertake research as research students. So it means that you'll be sending in like a research proposal. You'll be sending in code mails to professors who are undertaking some kinds of research to tell them that you want to work with them and asking them or pitching an idea to them and hoping that they accept you into their department or faculty. So that is how most of this application should be. So I'll be taking you through the process. In case you're new to this, no problem. I'll be taking you through the processes of how to apply for these research opportunities in Australia. So the first one is the Australian Government Research Training. So in fact, this scholarship is present in a number of universities in Australia. So you could just go to Google and type RTP Australia and several options will open up for you. Several universities, if not all universities in Australia, are in on this program. We'll be using the Australian National University NAU, and the University of Sydney as examples to show you how to apply. So it's a step-by-step process of how to apply for research-based courses, masters and PhD in Australia. As you can see here, the stipend is quite large, 28,864 Australian dollars. And it's even larger here at the University of Sydney. I believe it's even up to 35,950, almost 36,000. But it's understandable because Sydney is like the capital of the country. So how do you go about this? There are lots of info here, and we'll just go to the major bits that you need to know. So masters by research, PhD by research, and you also want to keep an eye on the deadlines, which is for both domestic and international students. You can see here the 15th of April 2022. So, what are the modalities? How do you apply for this scholarship? So, usually you send in a research proposal. There's a procedure here, of course, but I'll give you a summary of the procedure. Usually, a cold mail to the professor trying to pitch your idea. So you might want to attach like a research proposal of what you're talking about. I'll be talking about a research proposal shortly. So as you can see, the benefits contains travel relocation grants, contains thesis allowance, child allowance if you're an international student, medical allowance and other things, and of course your stipend as well. So how do you apply? If you put forward a competitive application, that's if you're able to find a supervisor and you're told to put in an application, you do not need to apply separately for this scholarship. So I think the bulk of this work, I think of this application is how to get a supervisor and how to write a research proposal. So there are already materials here of how to do it. There's already materials here of how to do it. There's a stage by stage process of how to apply for these opportunities. As you can see here, there's a draft of a research proposal. And if you click on this link, they tell you exactly how they want you to put it together. This link leads to this place. Yes, exactly. And you're told exactly what you need to do in research, in writing a research proposal. But before you attempt to write a research proposal, I think it is necessary first to find a supervisor. Because what's the point writing a proposal if there is no supervisor to look at it in the first place? So you click on this link, search for a supervisor that whose research interest aligns with yours. So for instance, you could type in here election. And I'm interested in elections. I'm looking for those interested in the same discipline. You might see somebody here in political science and say, yes, let's see what he writes about. And you're meant to check their research interest. You can see civil conflict, election violence, human trafficking, peace studies, and then check their publications and see what they publish about usually, and see whether this aligns with your interest. If this is a potential supervisor, because what it talks about is what interests you as well. And even here, there are samples of those is already interviewing. So you can see somebody's working on Sierra Leone here and Liberia. So if you're working on conflict in sub-Saharan Africa, for instance, this might just work for you as well. This supervisor might just work for you as well. So go there and check. We started from here. So go there and check for supervisors. Just type in your interest and hopefully you find someone there ready to supervise you. Then haven't found that person, then it is necessary to send him an email. This is his email address. Dear Dr. Richard Frank, you introduce yourself that I'm applying for a master's. I intend to apply for a master's program at the Australian National University Research Master's Program. I'm thinking of researching on this particular topic, maybe the plight of women soldiers during civil conflict, for instance. That's like an example. And I've checked your profile and I think you have experience in this area. So I humbly request you to support my application for this master's program. And I hope to work as a research student under your supervision or something like that. So you might also need tips on how to write like a research proposal, and I'll be showing you that very soon. So the website already gives tips, of course, but I have a video on my channel on how to write this, and I'll be showing you how to find it. So if you go to my channel, just scroll down a little bit, and there's this section on motivation letter, statement of purpose, and then the research proposal. So there's a video here on how I wrote my multi-award winning research proposal. I can always draw lessons from it as well. So that's how to find a supervisor. The link to that is on the main page. I think I clicked on one of these links here on the main page, and it just led me to, I think this was research procedure on how to, one of these links here would direct you straight to this place on the procedure of how to find possible supervisors and the particular step-by-step and procedure of applying for the scholarship. And this applies to almost all the research courses in different universities in Australia. So whether your application is at the Australian National University or even the University of Sydney, the application process is just the same. So try to find a supervisor whose research interests align with yours. Send a supervisor an email introducing yourself, probably your background as well, what you studied in undergrad. But I have a BSc in geography. I have an MSc in peace and conflict, or I've written this paper on this, or my dissertation was about this and that, and I'm interested in furthering my academic career in this particular topic. And then you see attached is like your CV, and a research proposal for your perusal, something like that. So that's it, guys. I hope this was useful. So I used these universities, University of Australian National University and the University of Sydney, to show you some of the varieties of opportunities you have in Australia. There are more, by the way. That's why I said you should go to Google and type RTP, Research Training Program. Several universities there are ready to receive your application. Remember, Australia was shut to international students for a while for obvious reasons. But now, as things are opening up, they are ready, eager to accept your application. So snatch this opportunity while it is still hot and take advantage of it as soon as you can. And that's it, guys. As usual, we cannot wait to celebrate you. We are here pumping you up with tips on how to win that scholarship eventually. So get to work, be inspired, start sending in the emails, start putting your application documents together, and very soon we'll be celebrating you. Bye bye for now, and see you at the top.